Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, and welcome back for like, I don't know, the 10th time, the 1 billionth time. Welcome back to Phoenix. The patch has patched up. We are now 1.32.2.68 Sierra. I can tell you, if you are running the Jazzy Cats packs, it seems to be causing a crash with 1.32.2.68S. I just crashed the game probably 30 times trying to figure out what the hot mod was. And when I deactivated Jazzy Cats packs, all of them, and I had 5 of them running, I think. When I deactivated those, the game did start up and play normally. So I think it may have something to do with traffic. Jazzy Cats is, he's really good about keeping his stuff updated. But I know there are 2 new patches that just came out, 1.32 for ATS and ETS. And as the games get more and more complex, the mods get more and more complex. So, and these people have day jobs too. And some people are full-time modders, but a lot of people do it in their spare time. So the idea that he would be able to, make all the necessary changes as the game is evolving, as the patches are coming out, it's kind of a big ask. So it just happened today. This .68 just came out today, so give it a minute. If you're having problems with it, deactivate Jazzy Cats. Give it a minute, and he'll have everything updated. I'm 100% confident. So it is evening. It's going on 1900, and we have our flatbed. We delivered our hay. I delivered our hay off camera, and then it reset us to Phoenix anyway. So whether we were finished with that delivery or not, it still would have put us back. So we're in Phoenix. We still have our flatbed. I'm going to come over here and get some iron pipe hooked up, and we're going to start making our way to Elko, Nevada. You say Nevada? You say Nevada. I've told you before, I lived just a few miles from the Nevada line, and it's like Oregon and Oregon. I don't know if you've ever gotten involved with that kind of scene, but people are serious about how they pronounce the name of their state. Tell you what, man. So Nevada, that's where we're headed, and we are going to drive at night, and I'll tell you why. And as we get on the road, I can even tie that in with some other news about the channel and some other things that are going on. And I like to be super realistic about this. Like, what would I do if I was getting my truck loaded in Phoenix, Arizona? I would turn it off and go get a cup of coffee, and I would let the crew load it up. And I believe this process takes 1 hour, and that counts against your fatigue time, but I don't know if it counts positive or negative. And when I say that, I know it affects your fatigue level, but I don't know if it gives you another hour of sleep or another hour of awake time that you will need to catch up to later. You know what I mean? Like a ferry crossing in ETS. Even if it's only like a 2-hour crossing, it will still take 2 hours off your fatigue level and give you an additional 2 hours before you need to sleep. I don't know if this gives you another, you know what I mean? Like you were sleeping in your cab, sleeping in your sleeper for an hour while they loaded you up. Hard to say. But the reason I wanted to drive at night is I haven't been. I've been trying to stay away from that because a couple people told me early on, and I can't see anything when you drive at night. Well, I'm not arguing with them, but this is pretty sketchy, you know what I'm saying? I can see plenty, and I think it looks great. So I think part of that may be the way I was capturing video when I first started the channel, and could also be because everybody's monitor is configured differently. Could also be that their settings were a little dark. I know when I watch these on my, because I do review all my videos, and when I watch them on my Galaxy 8, they look pretty dark, even though, right, I just recorded the video and I know how it looks on my monitor when I record it, so I know it's not that dark, but then I see it on my phone and it's a little darker. So I guess what I'm saying is I think this game is gorgeous at night. And I think it's looking better and better as they patch it up. Right? That's really pretty. I think that's really pretty. and it seems to be playing faster even with lights on, because if you know this game, you know that for a while, as soon as you turn some lights on, like instant drop in FPS. There's still a drop in FPS, but I feel like it's not as pronounced as it used to be. I feel like they're optimizing the game. So if the night effects can keep the FPS up, or keep the FPS up higher than they have in the past, then I want to do some night driving, because I think this game looks fantastic at night. And today is Thursday. It's going to be Labor Day weekend coming up, so I'm going to record this. It's Thursday, and I'm recording this video for Saturday. The minute that I'm done with this and it goes into render, I'm going to record an ETS video for Monday, because I was doing some off-camera stuff in ETS last night, and I was driving at night, and I think it just looks fantastic. Oh. Whew. I think it looks great. So yeah, we're gonna do more night videos, and I guess that ties in with some other sort of bigger plans and initiatives that I have for the channel. I'm coming up on my 300th video, and you know, when I think about what I want the channel to be, what I've always wanted it to be, I know there are some sim channels where people are like 100% role playing, and I sort of like make fun of those people, but I have no reason to, you know. That's the thing about the age that we live in now with social media. It's like everybody can be their own kind of star, and I'm not being an ass when I say that. I mean that with like absolute sincerity. It used to be like back in the day, if you wanted to go on TV, you had to like get a contract. You had to like, you know what I mean? You had to do it. And now it's like you just do it. You don't need approval. You don't need to be hired. You don't need a contract. You don't need an agent. You just start making videos and put them on YouTube, or you start making podcasts and you put them on SoundCloud, and you can just be a star. Even if you only have a tiny audience, you can be like the star that you always knew you were. Does that make sense? And again, I say that with absolute sincerity. I'm not making fun of people that have like weird channels and, you know, a tiny little subscriber base and they do weird stuff. If that's what's in your heart, you know what, man? Do it. Absolutely do it. Be a star. So if you're into role play, not like that. I mean, if you're into role play in your sim gaming, more power to you, man. Good for you. I think that's awesome. It's just not what my channel was ever going to be about. And the idea that, and there are YouTubers, you know there are, that are like, well, you know, my daddy was a trucker, and he always told me, boy, don't be a trucker. But I bought this here 378 after I got out of the Army, and I've been trucking ever since. And tonight we're in Phoenix, and my wife and I were going through a rough divorce, and it's like amazing, immersive role play, but that ain't me. You know, I've always wanted the channel to be as much about sim gaming as it is about the sim that we're in at that moment. So I've been talking to some people, and I guess the consensus or the takeaway is, you know, that's good, but it's like you're right in between two types of channels. One is a channel that is 100% immersive sim play, right? And the other kind of channel is more dry and more technical, where instead of driving, you would just maybe review a couple mods in a parking lot, right? Or I know a lot of people do that on Farm Sim. They don't necessarily farm at all, but they do mod reviews in the parking lot of the store in Goldcrest Valley. I know you know the kind I'm talking about. So I guess those are, I wouldn't say the two extremes, but they're like two common ways that people do sim gaming on YouTube. And I feel like mine is right in the middle, because it is a lot of gameplay, but then it's also a lot of talking about gaming. So it's like, on the one hand, we are in character. Like right now, we're sort of in character as a truck driver. But then I'm talking all about mods and patches and hot mods and game crashes and other things. So that's sort of where I'm at as a YouTuber right now. But I don't know how that's working with my audience. And I know the channel is growing, and it's hilarious, man. Until you've done this, like, I've got, I think, 53 subscribers right now, and I am like over the moon, because for the longest time, it's been 6 months we've been doing this, and for the longest time I was stuck at like 30 subs, like just absolutely locked in at 30. Like there was a cap on me. YouTube had put a contract on me, a fatwa on my subscriber base. You have no subscribers. And I was getting a little concerned, but I keep reading and I keep, interacting with people that have big channels, and they're like, oh no, man, it just takes forever. And I've had people review my content, and they're like, no, the content is, it's not the greatest, but your capture is okay. I got a real mic, so my voice is okay. Now I'm mixing audio, I'm editing, I got my title cards, and people are telling me there's nothing really missing. It just takes time. Don't get upset about it. Oh, okay, that's fair enough. But the past few weeks, it's really like I've almost doubled my subscriber base in the past couple weeks, up to 50. And I'm like, woo, look at me, right? I'm getting a few hundred views a day total. And I'm like, woo, look at me. And I'm super happy about that. But I get it when people say like the first 100 are the hardest. And I understand when I hear YouTubers and like at the beginning and end of every episode, they're like, man, thank you guys so much. I love you all so much. You're the best audience ever. Thank you for making this possible in my life. Like, you hear that and you look and they have, maybe 500,000 subscribers, and their videos get 50 or 100,000 views. And in the past I saw that and I'm like, okay, easy, buddy, calm down. You're not exactly in the millions. But now, having done it myself and realized like how hard it is, you don't have to be in the millions to feel an accomplishment on YouTube, because it is really, really hard. And it's fun. I'm having a blast doing this, but I'm kind of obsessed with making it work now. Not for any reason other than I just want to know that I can do it. So I want to get my subscriber base up, and I want to get my views up, and I want to get my engagement up. But I'm really serious about doing it, I don't want to say strictly on my terms, but I don't want to compromise my idea of what I want the channel to be just to get subscribers. I don't want to start like yelling and doing funny voices and clickbait and stuff. Not going to do it. So I guess what I'm saying is, what that leaves us with is, being true to my original vision for the channel. How can I continue to grow the channel and give people videos that are going to work for them and be the kind of videos that I like to watch, which are, and I'll tell you straight up, the two kinds of videos that I like to watch, and it can be the same YouTuber, it can be the same series or whatever, but the two kinds of videos that I like to watch, one is I prop my tablet up like while I'm making dinner or something, and I'm paying attention, but it's also sort of playing in the background. And it's long play sim gaming videos. Love them. And then the other kind is long play sim gaming videos, and I sort of fall asleep to them, right? Because, you know what I mean? You just kind of drift off. So those are the kinds of videos that I want to make, and I feel like a lot of things are falling into place and we're getting closer and closer, but I realize that there's still something, like, it's not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. And I just want to keep working at it and get it there. So anyway, that's a little bit of a channel update. So if in the next 2 to 4 weeks you see or hear some changes in the channel, that's what's going on. Just trying to polish it a little bit and continue to give people what they want, give people what is going to help them engage, and at the same time continue to be true to my idea of what I want the channel to be. Right, Kingman, Arizona. Been there many times, many times. Go to the Stockman if you're ever in Kingman. Right, now, I don't know how far to go tonight. Let's go half an hour. Let's go half an hour, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of variety in this video. Where are we at on time? We're at 15 minutes right now. I don't think there's going to be a lot of variety. We're just mostly going to be driving at night. And really, at that point, the only thing to keep you interested is my voice. So, yeah, man. I've got some ATS news, but I'm gonna save that for ETS, and and I'm not teasing you. I'm not trying to get you to watch an ETS video, but it's ETS specific, so I'll save that. And what else? Nothing really. It is going to be Labor Day weekend, so like I said, I'm doubling up videos so I can take Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. Just post everything. It's amazing, like, and again, I really had no idea of the backbone of YouTube before I started making these videos, but it's a really comprehensive platform. Like, for all the complaining that people do about it, and YouTube sucks, and it does in some ways, in many ways maybe it does have room for improvement, but as far as, you know, how you interact with the channel when you're posting videos, it's got a lot of really, really cool features that really make it sort of easy to do this, or at least to do the posting part of it. And man, we are out in the desert, but there is so much traffic headed toward us. I feel like there's not a lot headed our same direction. There we go. Just wait to turn my main beams on. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with Jazzy Cats, and the thing is, I don't know which of the mod packs was the culprit, but I started to realize, and I mean, I guess I could have just gone to my crash log, which is the fastest way to figure out, you know, instead of letting the game crash 30 times, I could have just gone to my crash log and found out which was the hot mod. But I deactivated all the Jazzy Cat stuff because I realized it was continuing to crash just as I was getting close to the road, just as I was getting ready to pull out onto the highway. And since it didn't happen when I looked around, I felt like it wasn't any, you know, building textures or sign textures or name textures, because we're using the 3D company mod, 3D company name mod. I felt like it's got to be something that's moving on the road. Well, it wouldn't be base game stuff that's moving on the road, because that's, you know, the game is compatible with itself. Ergo, ipso facto, coitus interruptus, the only thing that's left is traffic mods, and that's going to be Jazzy Cats, either cars, classic cars, or trucks in traffic. So took them out, and of course it started right up, as you do. And yeah, man, that's the ATS ETS mini game. Find the hot mod. You know, I don't know. I'll do this when I have more people watching. I don't know what the percentage is of my viewers. I don't know what the percentage is of people who have this game and play it versus people who don't have this game and play it. And I know for me, there was a time when I could not game. I just, for time and various other reasons, I just was not able to game at all. But I still enjoyed watching sim gaming. And I do, like, you know, this channel is all transportation, racing, and sort of industrial simulation. There's no shooting, there's no FPS, there's no role play, there's no fantasy games, nothing like that. But I do enjoy watching those. I'm watching a guy named The Rad Brad play The Division, and it's from a while ago. But yeah, I like watching those kinds of games, but I don't play them. I have played them. but at the moment I'm not playing any. I don't even think I have any on Steam installed. But my point is, I watch games that I don't own and will most likely never play. Right? So I don't know what percentage of people that come to my channel are watching games that they don't own versus people that are watching or maybe looking for tips or hints or something for games that they do own. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying is I don't always know if my audience, I don't want to say appreciates, but I know, man, I'm trying to think how I want to say this. I know there are games that I play, and when I see YouTubers playing them, it's like, okay, I've played that game, so like, I get what he's doing right now. Like, I understand why that's kind of a big deal, or whatever. And that's another comment that I've had from people is, they've told me, you know, you're super low key when you're gaming, and it can be a little, it's not hard to understand what you're doing, but like, it doesn't always make sense that what you're doing is not a big deal. But you know what I mean. Like driving a tandem truck from city to city without hooking curbs, without bumping anything, without getting tickets, you know, all that stuff. I've seen a lot of YouTubers, because I don't want to say I check the competition, but I spend time on YouTube seeing what other people that are doing what I'm doing are doing, if that makes sense. Or seeing how other people that are doing what I'm doing, like how do they do it? How do they run their channel? And wait a minute. No, it's okay. No, I'll check the replay. We didn't just turn around and end up going backwards, did we? No, man, I hope not. I go to channels of YouTubers who do what I do so I can see how they do what I do. And I have seen some YouTubers that are just, they're very engaging and they have a ton of subscribers, but they're just terrible at various sim games. And they're having a great time, and like I said, they have a big audience, but they're terrible. And what's a good example? F1. F1 is a good example. I have an F1 series, an F1 playlist on this channel, F1 17, that just transitioned over to F1 18. And I'm learning, like I'm getting there. And I feel like I'm learning fairly quickly. But then I see, like Jimmy Broadbent is a perfect example. That cat races at like 110% AI. He's unbelievable. He's so good. And if you don't really get the F1 sim, you see what he's doing and it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. But if you do race the Codemaster F1 sim, any of them, you see what he's doing and it's like, Jesus, how is that even possible? You know? How is any person capable of doing what I'm seeing him do right now? Like, it's that hard. So I think that's something I'm also trying to do is I don't want to like make a big deal about what I'm doing because that ain't cool. You know, don't self-gloss. Everybody knows that. But at the same time, I feel like my videos can be a little bit boring if you don't know what I'm doing or why. And if you don't realize like maybe why it's kind of a big deal or why it's difficult or challenging or whatever. So again, I don't know. I'm continuing to evolve this and figure it out. So I'm trying to figure out how to make things more compelling, I guess, without self-glossing. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, we got enough time. 25 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna start looking for a place to pull over. I don't think I have to sleep, but I'm still gonna pull over, and that'll be where we pick it up for the next episode. Yeah, perfect timing too, because my voice is about to go. That will be where we pick it up for the next episode, and that's assuming that the game doesn't patch up again and bump us back to Phoenix. for like the 1 billionth time. And what I may do, if that does happen, what I may do is just teleport to a city further west and then pick up from there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's a beta, man. It's a beta. You got to expect some little bit of drama with a beta. You know what I wouldn't mind in this game? Is the ability to throw up a transparent or a semi-transparent full screen map. You know what I mean? Because even if you zoom in on the mini map, it can be kind of hard to see. You know what I could do? Carefully. You know what I could do? Is I could do that and just use the GPS in the dash. Okay. I mean, that cleans it up a little bit. But it also, it also takes away a little bit of the data as far as how far we have to go. And that, I guess that ties in, well, it ties back in with F1 2018 now. My force feedback wheel is too loud to do a live race anymore. I used to record myself as I was racing when I was on the gamepad, but on the wheel, the force feedback motors and the shifters, it's just way, way, way too loud. That's never gonna work. So what I do is I do a voiceover over the replay, but the thing about Codemasters, I cannot find a way to activate any kind of a leaderboard on the replay. If there is a way, please let me know, but I've never found a way to do it. So it's like, it's not, I don't want to say it's not interesting. Yeah, I could say that. It's not interesting because you have no idea what's going on. Even I don't, and I just did the race. But it's like, you don't know how far you have to, you don't even know what position you're in, but you don't know how many laps are left. You don't know how far you have to go if you want to, pass for a position. So just now when I turned the HUD off and went to the small HUD in the dash, it's like, okay, that's cool. It's a clean look, but it's like you've got less information. So, okay. Something to think about. Like I said, next couple weeks, look for some evolutions in the channel. And I really do think, I was noticing this in ETS yesterday, and I'm noticing it again in ATS right now. I feel like the game looks different at night. I feel like there's some additional scenery that's been put in, and I feel like the lighting is different, and the AI traffic is different. In a good way. And it could be, I mean, if there are differences in AI traffic, that would explain why, for the moment, the Jazzy Cats packs are not working. So we're coming up 93. From Kingman into Las Vegas, we should be coming up past, if we didn't already pass, we should be coming up past the Hoover Dam. Yeah, we did, because we're into Las Vegas proper now. Okay, cool. Well, this is good because we can check our frame rate in Las Vegas at night, which I have been curious about. I don't think we've been to Las Vegas since the patch came in, and of course we're going right, not left, like normal. Okay. Frame rate's doing okay. Frame rate's actually doing really, really good. I think this is the best we've ever been in Vegas. We're between about 40 and 50. Okay. Well, they said they optimized it. Now, to be fair, we're not headed down the strip. We're already headed out of town. And I feel like it's a little bit less intense over this way than it is right in town. Where are we at? 30 minutes. Let's pull into this fuel station down here and call it an episode. And then we'll pick up from Vegas next time. Perfect. Assuming we can get this tandem rig in here. I don't see why we couldn't. In fact, got a better idea. Got a better idea. Okay, so we'll just pull over onto this. Okay, there's an even better idea. I see a rest stop on the way out of town. So let's just follow the GPS there. And how are we doing on fuel? We actually could use some fuel for another 453 miles. Says we got 786 miles in the tank. Let's take a look at this fuel station. If we can get through it easily, we'll pull in there, get fuel, call it an episode. If it looks like a problematic fuel station, then we will keep rolling. And it's on the other side of the highway, so is it there? No, it's here. It's on the other side of the highway. So no, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It is now. Okay. Not going in there. That's fine. We'll pull up at this rest stop on the highway as we leave town. Call it an episode. There you go. Bob is your uncle. Bob is actually my uncle. So in my family, that saying is not, it's not cute. It's just kind of weird. Like, Bob's your uncle. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Right. Nope. Don't need to go into reverse. Now, depending on how big this rest stop is, we may be able to get in here easily, maybe not. Where be it? There it is. Okay. There you go. There you go. In fact, that works. Little screenshot. Perfect. Let me get. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.